Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 358, how to protect your business from insider threats. Let's talk about what insider threats are first, and then we'll talk about how you can protect yourself from them and the things that you need to consider in protecting yourself from them. So first things first is, what is an insider threat? Current or former employees can pose risk. Employees, team members, subcontractors, anyone who has access to your internal systems, they can pose risks, whether they're intentional or accidental. I'm going to cover accidental ones first, and then we'll talk about some of the intentional ones. I don't want to get too much into the intentional ones because they can get very emotive at times. But let's talk about the accidental ones. So you've got someone who has access to your internal systems and they want to share a file with someone. So they say, yep, share this file. They accidentally make it public. It is something that is really sensitive information to your business. Someone on the outside finds it, that document ends up going viral. You're in all sorts of trouble. Now, that's accidental. It's not intentional. It's not malicious. Sometimes someone might forward an email and accidentally have the CC list in there when they forward it, and forward it to the wrong people. So yeah, I've had it where someone's actually replied to an email to me. It's gone into my help desk, and that help desk has sent that response out to everyone who has access to that ticket. And when the person came out and said, but I didn't want that, like, I didn't mean for that information to go to all of them. Well, it went to the ticket. It said it was going to the ticket. It's a terrible thing. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't malicious. It was absolutely accidental, but it was something that happened. Okay, so if we're talking then about intentional or malicious intent, not all intentional things are malicious. It's rare that they aren't, though. And that might be someone's upset, someone's about to leave the business, maybe they feel like you haven't done the right thing by them, and they forward that email. They share documents with people outside of the organization that they know they're not supposed to do. They do things that expose your business to a security risk or to a corporation's type risk. Okay, so that's an insider threat. So what can you do to stop that? Well, the first thing is to make sure that people only have access to the systems and the data that they need. I know that sounds like common sense, but it is so easy when you're setting up a system and you're in a hurry and you can't quite understand how the sharing works. And it's like, I'm just going to give this entire group of people access to this document. Does that entire group need access to that document? That's the first thing you should be doing when you're sharing stuff, is who needs access to this? Do all these people need access to it, or do I just share it with individuals at the individuals that need it? So make sure that you limit access to the systems when you're sharing them, when you're setting it up, when you're giving access straight up. You can use role-based permissions. You can use groups. You can use individual permissions as well. So role-based permissions are anyone in the admin team can do this level, has this level of access. Anyone within the tech team has this level of access. Anyone within administrators has this, and then you still have your super administrators on top of it. I know I'm clipping into my background today. Sorry. So you've got to make sure you understand how your permissions are set up, what the roles are, whether you need to share things on an individual basis. The second thing you need to do is revoke access immediately an employee departs the company or the business. or a subcontractor leaves, you need to go in straight away and say, this employee no longer has access to any of this information, and take that away. Really important stuff. The final thing you need to do is set up some monitoring. So make sure you're monitoring the behaviors. Make sure you've got logs running, and they don't need to run for, like, they don't need to go back 6 months or 12 months, or maybe they do. It depends on what your own business strategy is. But you need to have logs running that says this person shared this file, this person sent this email, so you can go back and have a look and highlight anomalies every now and again and say, this is really unusual sharing. Why are they sharing this information? Might be that it looks unusual and it's not. It might be that it is unusual, but you can look through your logs and say, we need to go and look at that. Finally, you need to have that response plan. Now, what do I mean by a response plan? You need to have your PR ready to go in case something bad happens and sensitive information is leaked. You need to know which of your clients you need to notify if it's their own data that's been leaked, or if it's their own data that has been accessed or shared publicly when it shouldn't be. You need to know legally who you need to notify. Do you need to notify any government departments? Do you need to notify any law enforcement agencies? What is it you need to do? So you need to have your response plan in place. So let me just quickly run through what we've covered today, because I did cover a bit. So an insider threat, we covered what that is. That's anyone who is currently working for you or has worked for you. They can pose risks, whether intentional or accidental. You need to make sure that you've got good access controls in place, and that you're only giving people access to data and systems that they need to have access to. And finally, you need to be able to monitor access and behaviors, and you then need to know how you're going to respond if the worst happens and information is leaked. I use the term leaked from your organization. So guys, tell me, have you thought about the insider threats to your organization? Have you thought about how you're going to handle it? How do you handle it when you onboard someone? How do you handle it when they leave the organization? What are the things that you do in those cases? Let me know in the comments below whether you are wherever you are watching or listening to this video. You can send me a DM on any of our social media channels and I will get to you eventually. You can join me on our locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. I would love to host you there and for you to join the conversation. If you can, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell if you haven't already, and I will see you all tomorrow for episode 359, the role of antivirus software in protecting your business. See you all tomorrow, guys. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.